Is it running now? Hi, everybody. This is the Godfather Soul James Brown. I tell you, this business is on. My man is on. Check him out. This is the Godfather Soul James Brown saying, stay with it and hit it.
All right. So we are here in live and ready to go. And wow, are you there, Alan?
I am here.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me see if it was. I thought it looked like it was two of the people I need to let in. Let me see. Let me make sure because let's see. Oh, okay. Let me let the other person in. Okay.
And through the miracle of modern technology, we can all be together, folks.
Yes, okay. I thought there was more people. Okay. So let me get back to my sound effect. So tonight it's been a interesting, and I'm surprised. Like I would say 8 years ago, I never even knew there was a international Women's Day, and then now it seems like everybody knows. Well, at least the people I've been listening to for years, it seems like they know. I mean, because here in America we have what, Mother's Day, and I think that's about it. But then they have this international, and I understand that it's celebrated in different ways across the world. I mean, especially with the flowers and you do special things like you fix breakfast or lunch or whatever on that day. And in some countries, I think the women even get that day off. Or if they do go into the office, they get all kinds of flowers because the guys know that, hey, these ladies, they come and work in our offices.
That's absolutely awesome that women are honored in that way. In one way or another, this really commemorates equal rights for women. And, I think it's designed to level the playing field.
Yeah, and I mean, I believe that's the way it started out,
right?
But tonight, I guess we're going to talk about like how it's gone bizarre.
Yeah, it's gone a little off the path, some might think.
And I remember I watched the show called Bewitched, and it came on in the '60s, and I was just and I remember his wife had just got pregnant, and I guess his mother-in-law, because he was saying he was reading this book about you should not pamper the wife, you should do it. And then the mother-in-law, she made him feel like a pregnant woman feels. And so then they did this whole scene about he was the first man to have a baby and all that kind of stuff, right?
That's funny.
Spin forward to today, and I'm not sure how this got injected into our stream of consciousness, but they're saying men can have menstruations. If they think they're a woman, they can be a woman, and they can compete in sports with women. And somewhere in the psyche of these human beings, or whoever started this, they're running with it, and they're actually legislating this in Washington. And I'm kind of figuring out what is going on.
Well, it's a simple fact of the science needs to be followed when it comes to the mask mandate. Now, of course, our science tells us that a small paper mask or a small cloth over your face is going to fix everything and make it all better and slow that spread. Now we've got to just trust that science. I mean, after all, this incredibly, horribly deadly pandemic we have going on, where there's 96 percentile of recovery rate or even higher. My gosh, you got to have the protections in place for that. And so It's very similar to what we got going now with the individuals that want to go ahead and identify as something they appear not to be. Now, we do have to trust the science, and we do have to follow the science. And
Mhm.
by golly, the science clearly says right now, anyway, that there are two genders. Doesn't matter whether there are 64 proposed genders out there on the table. You
Yes.
can't argue with an XX chromosome or XY chromosome. It
Mhm.
can't be done.
Mm.
So you can think you're a woman all you want, or you can think you're a man all you want. But the bottom line is there are certain physical attributes which follow
Yeah.
the individual, regardless of what
Yeah.
gender reassignment they decide on.
Yeah. Now, when I was 17, I used to play in the thing called Teen Line, and it was like it was a universal phone line for teenagers to get on and stuff like that. And
I
sometimes,
remember.
oh, Papa, oh, she left, or one person left. Well, okay, hopefully we didn't offend her, but the direction we're going. But if you do come in, we will explore different things, and if you want to jump in and say something, you could do so. So anyway, okay, so when I was 17, I met this person who was a hermaphrodite.
Yeah.
Okay, so I understand that, but that is a rare thing, being a hermaphrodite. And so I understand that, but I mean, that is so rare. And now with the technology of surgery, you can go back and forth. You can switch from a man to a woman to a woman to a man. Physical, well, let's see. I don't even know if I could even say mechanically. On the surface, you can switch back and forth, right? And so
Yeah.
I'm not exactly sure if these people who can go back and forth should be competing with women that are born as women.
That's an interesting point, because when you bring this up, you look at a 0.03 percentile of individuals, at least here in the United States, that will want to self-identify as somebody of the opposite sex.
Mhm.
So basically, that's just Long Island speak for saying there's a whole ton of not many people that identify as the sex that they were not born with. So these laws are designed to either, in my mind anyway, this is just my opinion, take it for what it's worth, but these laws are either designed to protect 0.03% of the United States population from ridicule and from discrimination and all kinds of other things, or they are designed to tear society down.
Yeah.
And there is no other way to get around it.
And this is very true. And I was just thinking, like, you have the ID number for our Zoom, right?
Yeah.
Could you, is it close enough where you can give it out? Because I'm thinking like the people that are viewing, because I saw this on another Zoom show where they gave out the ID number for people to come in. I never thought about doing something like that for people who are just watching in general.
Let's see if I can get it here just from the info. Hang on, I'm going to mute my audio real quick while I look.
Okay, and I'll continue. So I thought about this because my wife was like, what is this? I thought about, telling like some of the things that historical things that women have done. But then I'm thinking like, yeah, that's great. But these politicians are I don't know, they're destroying that, because now, pointing from like whenever this started, whether it was 10 years ago or whatever, you have these men breaking records that were set by biological women. You have these records being broken. So moving forward, now you're going to have these records, and they can never be broken by a biological woman, because it was a biological man who felt like he was a woman going forward, from whenever this really started taking a hold. And we, I don't know. It's like, I know, we have people that have like psychological problems, right? But do we as a society take on that psychological problem? And do we as a society say that we should, how would I say it, make those psychological problems, normal? And I know, like, a lot of snowflakes that are watching the show sometimes, or other snowflakes that will say, like, well, you really have to allow for these different people to be a part of what we do, right? And I guess that could be a part of it. Oh, let me because I'm gonna see if I can get the code before Alan, but we're gonna give props to our sponsors here, and listen to this, and we'll be right back after this. All right.
Isn't it fun to sing along to the radio? If you could help someone else have that same experience and take it to the next level, maybe you would consider donating an old car, RV, truck, or boat. For over 15 years, Intervision has been helping the physically challenged and grassroots artists to create their music. Using music to heal the world is Intervision's gift to you, and you can help them to continue by donating your unwanted car, RV, truck, or boat. You'll also receive a tax deduction at the end of the year. Call us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 1-855-500-7433. That's 1-855-500-7433. Charity ID 4015. Your unwanted car, RV, truck, or boat is tax deductible, and it can make a difference right here in Colorado. The artists at Intervision thank you for your support. Make that call toll free using Intervision's charity ID 4015. Again, the phone number 1-855-500-7433. Christian Brothers Moving Company takes care of you by taking care of your family's moving needs. Give them a call, 303-526-2630, and tell them that you heard about them on Intervision. Get the best moving experience you've ever had with Christian Brothers Moving Company. 303-526-2630. That's 303-526-2630. Christian Brothers is a proud underwriter of Intervision. Call them now, 303-526-2630.
Hi, this is number one smooth jazz artist Gregory Goodlow, and you're listening to Intervision's FM radio.
Okay. I do have the meeting ID, Alan. Okay, I do have the meeting link, and I could put it in a Word in a Word document. All right. So I'm gonna put that down there for the people who wants to join the conversation. So yeah. Oh, Alan. He said he's stuck in the ice stream and he can't get out. Oh, oh man. Here, I should have had this ready, stuff like that. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see if I can get back to Alan. All right. All right, let me see if I could. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me fix this for Alan here. Let's do fix it for Alan. Get Alan back in here. I love this stuff, technology. Come on, Alan, where are you at? Okay. So next time, instead of, okay. Okay, Alan has left the building. Let me, okay, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna refresh it. Okay, let me get Alan back in there. Okay, let me get Alan back in here. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me get. Okay, let me get Alan back in. Okay. Okay. All right, Alan. All right. Sorry about that. Let me.
All right.
There you go. Sorry about that. Because I thought about that, and as I was thinking about it, the show I watch sometimes, she gives out the IG numbers so quickly. I said, Anna, and then the phone number's down there, so I just rather call in.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start just putting that down in Braille so I could have it, and I'll give it slowly because
yeah, and I'm gonna do the same thing. That's kind of neat to find out that I couldn't rejoin. I bet you I can do this on the computer, but I'm on my iPhone currently. So, but yeah. It's kind of neat to find out I couldn't rejoin. I was stuck.
Hey, now tell me, the lady that said that she wanted to be a part of it, what was she thinking the show was going to be about? Did you share?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because sometimes people get surprised. Like we put one thing and then it's pretty much we're celebrating women, but I want to celebrate real women, not wannabe women, not imaginary women, not women. I want to tell you this joke. I mean, what? Okay, and we have a few minutes left here. When me and my friend, when we were young, we were like in our 20s and stuff like that. We had these conversations, right? And I said, Wayne, I said, so say if you went to the party and you're with this what you thought is a girl, you're dancing and you're thinking, I'm gonna get this girl home, and then you get it home, and then surprise.
Well, I tell you what, that very thing happened to me one time.
Wow.
That very thing happened to me one time, and I was I was out having a good old time back in my drinking days, and I went ahead and I was picking up on this, a girl, I thought, and we get out to her car and she says, "Hey, I got something to tell you." And I says, "Oh yeah, what's that?" She's like, "More to the point, I got something to show you." And she showed me, and I says, Oh ho ho hey, I think I got the wrong house.
And even David Chappelle did something like that. It was dancing and it was night and the same thing came up and says, and then he says, part of the joke, he says, well, we got a few more songs, so let's just go. Oh man. But it's like okay, there's people that they like they'll go that direction, and I don't see, and with today's technology, you can now have an app. Now, if this app if it hasn't been created, man, maybe we should, man, if we had the technology, we could put together this app, and I bet there would be a market out there because, say, you want to find somebody that will accept you as you are, not surprise them. You could put together an app just like this, and then we'll do a background check on the guys to make sure that that they're not these serial killers looking for crazy stuff, right?
No, they do have apps like that where you can ask for the significant other's information, and it's tied to your phone so that if you get into a little bit of trouble, why, you can go ahead and silently call for help and all kind of crazy stuff. But yeah, I don't know if there's an app that would identify correctly somebody as what they were born as. Or
if it'd be illegal. Well, because come on, okay. There's some people that they'll go that direction, right?
Right.
But hooking them up and so everybody can be happy, whatever. I don't instead of that game of well, they get to know me, and then it's like a dice game. Roll the dice, 7 sometimes, snake 8, whatever. And it's almost like, okay, but this is really, I was saying, I don't know if you listen, that it's gotten to a point that from whenever this started 10 years ago, maybe it's 10 years ago, maybe it's 5 years ago, from the history going up, we're gonna have women in sports saying that they hit this plateau in sports where they hit this record. And then only to look back and find out that wasn't a real woman. That was a transvestite or something to that effect. And how is that going to mess up the ego of women's accomplishments?
Well, that's a very interesting and valid point that you are bringing up, Johnny, because as we progress further into the 21st century, we run the risk of running into what's called transhumanism. Now, this type of belief structure aims to merge us with machines.
Okay.
In essence, making us superhuman in some ways, having greater memory capacity, in other ways having greater stamina, in other ways having more endurance. Things like this can be genetically programmed into our cellular structure at conception.
Mm-hmm.
And so the interesting thing is going to be not so much was a man who is now identifying as a woman and has gone through gender reassignment, is that person winning? Is that person breaking records because of their added advantage given to them at birth by our creator? Because once we become our own creators and we start programming our own things into the mix, it's going to be the unaugmented human beings versus the augmented human beings before too long. That's just my way of thinking on it. I could be mistaken.
I don't think so. I think you're spot on.
Dare you?
Yes, Alan is spot on. It's like, hey, what we're gonna do tomorrow's show? I just talked to Tony. He's going to be in tomorrow night, and we're going to talk about the EIDL
Oh, perfect.
grant and like all of our experience concerning that. So come join us tomorrow if you ever wanted to know about like the experience. Because man, I had to do it 4 times for the PPP loan. I mean, I was just messing up because I'm not an accountant. And so, but what I did find out about the grant, which I thought was very easy, that was very easy to get. And so I shared it with my friends and other artists and stuff like that. So we're going to talk about that, our experience, how much money we receive, if we haven't received any money yet,
Right.
just in general. So anyway, so that's going to be like tomorrow's show. So we'll do that. So give us some feedback, sign up, join, leave your comments down at the below, and I'll label the shows because I've been finding out that our shows are not getting labeled with the Zoom, so I have to go in and physically label them, or other people just think it's like Restream, number 3, 6 or 7 or 8, So I'm gonna. So I will get that. I'll get that done. So anyway, we'll see you tomorrow. The topic is going to be the EIDL grants and how easy that was to fill out, way back in March, April, and then even today. Okay, all right. We'll see you tomorrow, and I'll send that announcement out here pretty soon.
And we'll probably figure out the top 5 gospel female singers. We didn't cover those, so
Oh yeah,
I'll just run through those tomorrow.
All right, we'll do that tomorrow as well.
All right.